Hi everybody, hi, how's it going out there? Hopefully today is treating you kindly. Today we are doing my August empties. So this is everything that I emptied in the month of August. There's quite a bit in this basket, which is maybe not surprising considering the last two empties that I did were really rather dismal. There wasn't hardly anything in them. We all go through those peaks and valleys, right, where you're using a lot and you're not using a lot. I don't think that there's very many makeup empties in here though, if I am recollecting correctly. Maybe some samples. And I do have a sample series here on my channel that you guys can go watch if you want a deep review of those items. Hi, for those of you new here, my name is Donna. I am a lover of everything high-end beauty and self-care. I also work as a district leader for Ulta, so I like to bring you all the education that I am receiving as a person in the beauty industry, and therefore we have a lot of makeup commentary here on this channel. I like to chit chat about makeup. I like to review things, tell you about all my experiences with such items. I do have two review series here on my channel. I have a palette review series and a samples review series. And then I also sprinkle a little bit of everything in between. So today we're going to be going through my empties. I hope that you like it. I hope that you find that I'm kind of a kick in the pants to hang out with and you'll want to subscribe before you go. So with that said, let's dig into these empties. So the first thing I have right on top here is this. It is the Meg Rhythm Gentle Steam Eye Mask. This is an eye mask that I used in my sample series. I think it was one of my most recent ones going up. They come in these little bags inside of this little cart container here, and then they look like this, which kind of looks like a maxi pad, honestly, but it does have two like ear straps. It does fit on your face rather well, actually, and it is very soothing. I instantly felt relaxed when putting it on. I did also have somebody in the comment section say that you could get these unscented. This one is lavender scent, and I did make a comment in my sample series video saying if you're allergic to lavender or don't like lavender, then this probably won't be the thing for you. But that person in my comments did say that these come unscented as well. I might repurchase some unscented ones, but I did get like 3 of these as gratis, so I will be using those ones first. They're very soothing. I would definitely repurchase these. I also used a Pure Lease sheet mask. This is the green tea and ginger rejuvenating sheet mask. If I remember correctly, I did have a really good time with this sheet mask. It fit my face quite well, which is something that a lot of sheet masks don't do. This was actually a really good sheet mask. I did find that I liked using it. It made my skin look great afterwards. I had enough serum in it that I could use it a secondary day, not the mask itself. I felt like this didn't make my skin look awful, didn't make it feel awful. It did kind of feel a little bit tacky after utilizing this mask, but after putting moisturizer on, the tackiness went away. So I really did like this mask. I did get those in an Ipsy. I do have a box of 4 more, so I think they came in a box of 5, so I won't be repurchasing that anytime soon, and honestly, I won't be repurchasing any sheet mask anytime soon because I have a whole stash of them, but I did enjoy that mask. We also had this. This is the Soothe and Hydrate Cream Shop Complete Cleansing 20 Pre-Wet Towelettes with rose water and coconut. It says, goodbye oil, dirt, waterproof makeup. This is a cruelty-free 100% vegan line, and these were just makeup wipes. I do believe I got these also in an Ipsy. I don't purchase makeup wipes here on my channel. They dry out my skin a whole lot. So when I get makeup wipes in my collection from my subscription boxes, I do utilize them to wipe like swatches off my hands and whatnot. These were very effective for utilizing them in that way. I just don't use them for what they're there for, so I find them to be a lot wasteful. So I won't repurchase them, but they did work. And if you're one that likes to buy makeup wipes to take your makeup off your face, these are quite good. I don't know about the soothing and hydrating nature of them. I do feel like makeup wipes do kind of dry out my hands quite a bit, and those were no different. The next thing I have in here is a couple of soaps. I go through Bath & Body Works foaming hand soap about 2 a month typically, but I haven't had any of these in my empties in quite some time, so I'm actually pretty shocked that there's only 2 in here. I had the White Barn Strawberry Pound Cake Gentle Foaming Hand Soap. This smelled like fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream. It actually did smell like dessert. I loved it. I did keep it in my bathroom as a bathroom hand soap. It smelled so good. I loved using this, and I love the pink bottle on it. It just gave it a little bit more you know, oomph to it being on the counter. And then I also had the Paradise Coconut. So I accidentally bought 2 of these. I think one at different times, but I did have 2 of these in my collection. So you might see this come through again because this is also the current scent that is on my kitchen sink, again, because it smells so good. This has juicy pineapple, sugar cane, and coconut milk as its notes. And I feel like it smells like, you guys know Banana Boat, like the tanning oil that you used to be able to get when I was a kid, and maybe I'm dating myself. I don't even know if that's still a thing because everybody is so, you know, skincare centric right now, which is great. It's a great thing. But back in the day when I was a kid, you used to spray this banana boat oil all over your body to get sunburnt. Basically, it was a tanning oil. You were only supposed to tan with it, but you would get burnt because it's an oil. This smells just like that. It brings me back to my days as a child, and I really quite love it. I would repurchase this scent over and over again. I also have this Grace and Stella Spray All Day Rose Spray, you guys. This took forever for me to empty in my collection because it smells so much like rose, and I am not somebody who loves the scent of rose. This was a facial spray. I will say that I ended up not using it so much as a facial spray because the sprayer on it is quite aggressive. You spray it on your face and it's like straight stream right into your eyeball, I feel like, and it feels like a spear going into your eye. So this isn't one that I used all the dang time, so it did take me forever to use it up. This came to me via a FabFitFun, like one of my very first FabFitFuns in my life, and I didn't love it. So I won't ever repurchase this, but if you're into an aggressive sprayer and if you're into rose scent, you would probably love this. The next thing I have in here is this, and it's a Johnson's & Johnson's baby shampoo. I do put my shampoos in here, but my daughter used this on the dog, I do believe, and that is why it is currently empty, because she used it as bubble bath and then on the dog. I can't get her to wash her hair, but she'll wash the dog. Whatever. I don't know that I would repurchase this. I like her using like the Paul Mitchell like tea tree oil shampoos because it takes forever for me to get her to wash her hair. This is a Wallflower, and I don't put these as something that filters into my year of empties as far as cost, but I always like to bring them to you here in our monthly empties. This is a Wallflower, and it was in the cinnamon toast, not cinnamon toast, champagne toast scent, which has the fragrance notes of bubbly champagne, sparkling berries, and juicy tangerine. I know that there's a market for this. It just was not my favorite. I know the candle smells so good, and I thought, let's try it in a diffuser oil thingamajigger. I didn't love it. It says it's fruity and happy. I felt like it was really overpowering with kind of like almost a bitter scent to it. Maybe I got a bad one, I'm just not sure, but that is one that I probably won't repurchase as far as the fragrance notes go. I do have 3 of those burners in my house though, so I buy those all the dang time. Okay, so then I have all makeup. I think there's a couple skincare items and a couple tools. But this is the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. I did use it all up, and you guys can see it was in my project pan. I didn't mind this primer. It's one of those gripping primers, but it is, I do feel like, very hydrating. It had little like black like balls of stuff in it, and I'm not sure what those black balls of stuff were, whether they were the hydrating pieces or what. but it was a really great primer. As far as gripping primers go, I did feel like this one didn't take as long to set down, didn't take as long to, you know, get that tacky feel to them. So I felt like I could go in a little bit more quick with my foundations and stuff when I was wearing this primer. It's not a bad primer. I would repurchase it. The next thing I have is this, you guys. It is an Hourglass Mini, and this was in Diffuse Light. This was also something in my project pan, and I love this finishing powder. There was something magical about it when you had your makeup on your face and then you went over your face with this finishing powder. It just kind of melted everything together, and it looked just so, so good. Something magical about it for sure. I would probably buy this in a full size if I didn't have 800 powders to go through, honestly, and I'm not really a powder wearing person. I think this mini had been in my life for like 3 years, and I just finished it, and it took me putting it in a project pan to finish it because I just don't use powder. As magical as it is, I just don't use powder. What I love about the Hourglass Minis is they come with a mirror. Like, there's not a whole lot of minis on the planet that actually have like the same kind of component that their much larger, you know, counterpart does. I think that for powder purposes, like, a mini is the way to go. The next thing I have in here is a couple of skincare items. I do have the Dermalogica Special Cleansing Gel. This also is something that I had in my sample stash at one point in time, but I also have a full size over there, so I'm super happy to have this out of my life as far as samples go. Y'all know I'm trying to get near the end of having all these samples in my life so that I can get the little tiny Barbie sized products out of my life as much as possible. They piss me off just hanging out everywhere. So with that said, I also have a mini of the Skin Smoothing Cream. This is by far my favorite moisturizer. I love the Skin Smoothing Cream by Dermalogica. It is so great. It doesn't do anything to harm your skin. I don't see any kind of repercussions of putting a new kind of moisturizer on my skin that you might see from other moisturizers, i.e. breakouts. And it just does so much for hydration of my skin. I really firmly believe that once I started using this as a moisturizer regularly, it really made an impact on my skin. This was just a sample size, but I have had multiple full-size versions of this moisturizer. I also had a mini of the ABH eye primer. I do quite love this eye primer. It reminds me of the Urban Decay Primer Potion in consistency, but it also has kind of a white base, so I feel like it clears out, you know, everything on your eyelids so that you're starting with a clean canvas, and it doesn't dry out my eye as much as the Primer Potion does, and I really quite love it. I would consider purchasing this in a full size. I have the Clarins Double Serum. This was a neat serum. I liked this serum. I just didn't feel like it was worth the price. I did get this in an influencer box, free for review. So I love that that happened, but I only had like 7 days worth of samples in here. So 7 little, you know, packets. I love that it's 2 different components coming together as one that you mix in your hand. I thought that that was nifty. I also think that the full size bottle is beautiful. But I also think that this is a $90 bottle for like 1 ounce of product, and I just didn't see any kind of, after 7 days of use, I didn't see any kind of impact to my skin that would make me want to go out and purchase this product for $90. I do have a ton of other skincare in my collection that I think does just as great of a job. All right, then the last of the makeup, we have 2 eyeliners here. I do have this one in here even though it's not quite gone, because I mean, this lead right now is poking out right now, but it's poking out because I took it out in my most recent Shop My Stash and then tried to show you how it was falling out and then couldn't get it back in there. It's dry. It's really dry, and it makes, honestly, my eyes hurt when I use it. I think it's just old and I needed to get rid of it. I did use it, I think it was in my project pan actually, and I did use it as much as I needed to for project pan purposes, and then was like, I even used it more than that, and then was like, I need to just get rid of it. It's too dried up. When the gel lead of your pencil is falling out, that probably signifies you should get rid of it. And then the other one is this one, and it is the Revlon Color Stay eyeliner in brown. This has been an eyeliner that has been in my collection, not this particular one, but this has been an eyeliner that's been in my collection for years. I think even before I really wore makeup, I wore this eyeliner in black or brown, dependent on what I was feeling for the day. And I loved this eyeliner at one point in time. It is retractable. I still like it, but I also, having, you know, the collection that I do, have eyeliners that I love a whole lot more, that will stay in my waterline a whole lot better than this does. I think this was the last living Revlon product in my collection, and it will probably never be replaced, but it is decent. If you're on a budget, like, or you only buy, you know, from the drugstore, this is a really good eyeliner. Like I said, it was one that was the only thing in my collection ever for the longest time. And then the last couple things I have are tools. I am getting rid of this blender, this Real Techniques blender. I think it's been in my collection way longer than I like to hold on to a blender. And it just has some holes and inconsistencies in it. And if you're not new around my channel, you know that once my blenders start getting like rips and tears in them, I definitely do trash them. I'm kind of germophobic about that whole thing. That typically happens about every 3 months, and I think that guy's been in my collection for way longer than that. And then I am also getting rid of this lip brush. The biggest reason why is because the back falls off of it all the time, and it doesn't like stay. It doesn't stay in its container, and therefore I can't travel with it. I can't, you know that I can put it in with the rest of my brushes and it's going to stay in its container. It's not going to get smushed, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to get it in here. It's got little flyaways around it, so it's kind of broken. So I am getting rid of it. I would rather get rid of it and use the brushes that I have that are in one piece than continue to hold on to this brush that is just irritating the piss out of me every single time I have to pull it out. So there's that. So with that being said, you guys, that is all of my empties for the month of August. There was quite a few actually makeup empties, a lot more than I remembered having in there for sure. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that if you did, you're considering giving it a big thumbs up. What did you empty in August? I would be interested to know. I always love a good empties video out there because you're getting somebody's heartfelt thoughts and feelings and review of a product that they have completely used up and whether they would repurchase it or not, and I find that very useful. So if you have an empties video out there, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to come support your channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I do appreciate you coming to spend a little time with me today. I do hope that you enjoyed it enough that you're considering subscribing to my channel. Before you go, I would love to have you a part of my crazy YouTube family here, but my awesome YouTube family here. I would also love to see you down in the comments section. If you have any tips, tricks, something that you need me to talk about, I would love to hear it down there. Please leave me a comment down there. Thumbs up the video telling YouTube that you liked my video, because that's going to make sure that we get pushed out. And y'all, I'm just trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers. And I mean, here I am, 4-year anniversary come and gone on YouTube, and I'm still at the 730 mark. And I know that a lot of it is because the first year or two of videos was, you know, crap quality, but I'm just trying. I'm trying here. So help me get there. Share, subscribe, get it out there to the world. I also, at this point, should have my birthday giveaway going on, so please go watch that video. Please follow the prompts to be entered, and I give you all the good luck in the world. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that 2021 is treating you all kindly. I hope that you and yours are well, and I hope that you are loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.